Hi, Null Inquisitor here with another review of the Nations of Théah. This is the book 2, Avalon. As the back cover says, you don't live the story on the Glamour Isles. The story lives you. There is a land where the heroes of legend never dies, where magic permeates the very soil of the ground, where eldritch creatures stalk the countryside, where 3 kingdoms emerge from 6 centuries of bloodshed to challenge the greatest powers in Théah. Welcome to Avalon, where your fondest dreams and worst nightmares come true. Avalon is the nation that is based on the UK, the United Kingdom, the Ireland, Scotland, Wales. It's the equivalent of these nations, but they are evidently more magical than the real one. In Avalon, the story of your hero begins with once upon a time. And as you feel this sentence, your legend will spread. Everything in Avalon is bigger than life and more fantastical. It's a true land of magic and glamour. The fairies called the She is a real thing in this country. This book tells you more about the culture of Avalon. It's a nation where you can find themes like the Arthurian knights of the legends of Camelot and that kind of stuff. But you will also find stuff about the typical Celtic hero or Scottish hero and Irish hero. Even though everything in this book is modular and optional, as any book in 7C, you can already make your own story and stuff. This book is perfect for character concepts like knight, Highlander warrior, sea dogs, gentleman sailor, Avalon druid, pugilist from Highnesmore, masked Highwayman, bard, and hero with some she-blood heritage. So, the first part of the book describes the 3 nations of Avalon, and the character on the cover personify these 3 islands. You have the Queen Ellen, or Elaine, depending on how you pronounce it. Then you have King James Macduff II, and then you have this crazy insane fellow called Mad Jack O'Bannon, but people sometimes will call him D. O'Bannon, because when you talk to this dude, you have the impression of talking to all his ancestors. So he's kind of the whole O'Bannon family in one person. But it's more mysterious than that, and in your game it can be just a crazy man if you don't like this thing. So The book talk about the three nations, but also how the three nations became one, how the religion evolved there, and mimicking the real life Great Britain, where at some point in the history, the country and the monarchy had a fight with the church and decided to go their way, and the king of Avalon became their holy man, their pope. The book also talk about the Order of Elaine, the Elaine's Knight, with their leader Lawrence Lou. I can show you some character right there. There you go. You have the Queen Elaine. This is Derwidon. He's kind of the Merlin of the setting. He's a strange druid and mystic with both eyes of different colors. I've used him in my campaign, and he's pretty mysterious. Then you have Sir Lawrence Lou, the leader of the knights. Meredith, who is a strange girl living near the beach, near the sea. And this girl is so mysterious. It is said that she have a link to the Queen and the future of Avalon. And every knight of Elaine is forbidden to even speak to her or go see her. Then you have King Piram, which is kind of a rival to the Queen, a future king maybe. And you have other character like this fellow Bor McAllister, and the Highwayman, the Robin Hood version of in 7th. So you have characters for all the nation, Matt Jacobanon, etc., etc. There is a passage I would like to read to you. It's very evocative of the story behind Avalon. At the spring equinox of 1654, at the stroke of midnight, all life left her eyes. They're talking about Queen Margaret of Avalon, the preceding queen. All her life left her eyes. Avalon's Iron Queen was dead, and there was no heir. At first, some looked to Elaine to ascend to the throne, but she could not be found. She had vanished on her wedding night, and had been gone for over 8 years. With no apparent heir, numerous ambitious nobles made claims to the throne. Arguments soon came to blows, and the land divided against itself. The Inish and Highlanders declared independence. The Mountain built a navy for the purpose of gaining full control of their northerly cousin. And then came Derwidon, Elaine, and the Garal. You have something of a mystic artifact, or maybe it's not an object. It will be up to the GM to decide what is the Graal. But it gives power to the Queen over the three islands. And the three islands must be united if they want to survive their future. There is an impending doom over the head, a Damocles sword over the head of the Queen, a kind of a curse a Gesa on her, and she's walking a fine line to keep her country safe. So you have some politics in this book. You have some classic Arthurian theme in this nation. You have Shi, you have Druids, you have Omens and Gesa. You have three nations that emulate some of our real world. The last part of the book is about the destiny spread for the typical Avalonian hero. The tarot deck used the cups and staves sort of the deck, of the tarot deck. You have several new advantage for heroes that will have She blood or She heritage, either Seelie or unseelie. Another way of saying the light fairy versus the dark fairy. They speak a lot about what are the She in 7th Sea, and what are their power and customs, and how they interact in mortal affair. You have new advantage such as excuse me, I'll take a little sip. Such as Elaine's Knight, the Mac Acorn weapon made from cold iron to kill She. You have new schools of fighting. You have the Finnegan Pugilist style, the Goodfellow, which is a combo of archery and hunting, the MacDonald, which is a heavy weapon and athleticism, mixed in one. You have new knacks for the kind of magic called the Glamour, which you can find in the player's book. And you have a new magic school or style called Druidism. So you can make a druid. Although I would recommend the druid to be NPC for obvious reason. This style of magic is more about knowledge and mystic stuff. There is a page or two about the Goral and Firenbrand, which is the equivalent of the sword Excalibur. So Firenbrand is a mystical or legendary sword. You have rules for a She hero, either pure blood She or half-blooded mortals with some She blood. And you have then the secrets of all the major NPCs of Avalon. So it's really one of those classic books if you want to pursue or play in 7th Sea. If I would say that it's in the top 5 book maybe you should have. It all depends on your campaign, and if you particularly want to set your adventure in Avalon. It's really one of those books, so I recommend it. It's a good read, but everything here is modular and optional. So that's it. Thanks for watching.